Am I live yet? No, not yet. Still not live. Am I not live? Why am I not live? That's the USB for the... there we go. Evening people, welcome back to the channel. We've got me hosting tonight. I'm just waiting for everyone to join the room. Making sure, yes, that's coming through there nicely. So the stream is live. Yeah, Chris Cutler has got some internet issues tonight, so that he's rang me up and asked me to host. So hopefully I've got all the settings right. Yeah, you boys in the lobby, let me just type you a little message. Hope I've got settings right. So it's been a last minute ditch to get the lobby open and find all the settings and chuck them in and stuff like that, so that's why we're running a little bit late. Home settings. Right, all sorts going. I've got to keep my eye on my phone as well, because obviously I'm in a chat group, so I might be getting pinged for messages saying yes, I know the time of day is wrong. Blackwell 411. Thank you very much for telling me. I have just asked the question myself to Mr. Cutler, and there is no time. There is no time relating to that particular track, unfortunately. So, who've we got in? Alex Neville, Dan Butcher Lord, Morgan. Toby's in, Tom's in, Zach's in, Nathaniel's in, and Andy's in. I'm not sure who else we are expecting. But we will. Let me just let them know that I know the time's wrong. If you hear some huffing and puffing in the background, it's my my son just trying to destroy or undestroy my computer, so it might just be a bit huffing and puffing. Hopefully it gives no swears. I know time is wrong, there you go. So let me just fire a question out to the chat group, find out who we are expecting tonight and who we're not. I might have to jump out of the actual stream just to go and accept friend requests from some of these drivers. So just bear with me if the stream goes a bit blue screen. I've seen plenty of that myself this week. So yeah, friend request, here we go. Who've we got? I've got lots. Toby Goodman, yes. Morgan, yes. Nathaniel, yes. Why have you gone strange on me? PlayStation. I don't need to view the friend request, I need to accept the friend request. There we go, come on, one more. There we go. So we should see the lobby fill up a little bit more. So yeah, I've accepted all the people who sent me friend requests, so you should all be able to get in. I mean, most of them are in the lobby anyway, they've probably followed someone else in. So again, let me just send a quick message to the chat group, find out if we're waiting for anyone else. Let's see what happens with that one. Oh, you've got no sound either, have you? Of course not, because I've not changed that setting either. Come on, get with it. Like I say, I was a bit busy putting... You can't even hear me. Oh my god. Oh my god, you might be able to hear me now, people. Apologies if you've not been able to hear me. I've been busy setting up lobbies and chatting into a microphone that's not been connected. So, I'm actually the host tonight. Chris Cutler is having all sorts of issues with his internet. So I've actually been spending my last few minutes setting up this room, try and get the lobby settings correct. Okay, yeah, I've been told to give her a couple more minutes, which I will do. Let me just chuck a shout into the N200. Alright, well, they're in the minis anyway. I've set the brake horsepower to 150, so they can't bust that barrier there. 1050 kilos, yes, I've got. I've left the N200 bit. I don't think that should make much difference. So yes, apologies if you listen to a blank stream. Like I say, I'd forgotten to actually plug my microphone in. I've been setting up this lobby because Chris Cutler's got internet issues. Hopefully he might get back online. I doubt it. He might get back online before race starts. Are we expecting any sim drivers from the Chewit Racing Mini League? So I've got to chuck a shout out to the boys who the sim racers who sometimes race in this league, because obviously they might not know it's me. Mini Challenge and host. Bam. So yeah, I've had internet issues, and now Mr. Cutler's had the same thing. His internet is down. It turns out that some little utes around my area pulled some wires out, so that was my issue. Let me just go and have another quick look for friend requests. No, nothing at the minute. So we'll give it a few more minutes. So we are going to run a little bit late tonight, by about a quarter of an hour by the looks of things. Apologies for that, but yeah, it was sprung on me last minute that I'm going to be hosting, so I've gone into full panic mode trying to start a stream and a lobby all at the same time. Let's have a look. Potentially two more sim guys, or should we have? I think you got Busy. I think that's meant to be Bigsy, is it? And Scar Wars, Potter maybe. Oh yeah, he's got the kids this week, so we might not see Potter in this one. Whether we see Scar Wars and Bigsy, obviously no Chris Cutler at the minute. So this is the finals tonight, live from Interlagos. Well, we will be live when we crack this race off. 15 minutes of quali into two 15-minute races for you guys. So a reverse grid for race 2, no fuel or tyre wear in either race. So it's a shame there's only going to be 8 drivers on track. Hopefully we get a couple more joining. Like I say, I'm just going to give them till 1:45, I think. Let's what time we got? see what they say to that. Or are they happy with this quali? They might turn around and say they've been happy with this quali for the last 15 minutes. So yeah, we're 50 minutes back due to just Cutler not having internet tonight, so I've been sprung with a lobby. We've given them a few minutes, give the drivers a few minutes to actually try and sort of hook up and send friend requests, etc, etc. So we've given them 15 minutes. Go for quali now unless they want to start the race. Let me just see if they want to start the race now. If we do use this as quali, unfortunately you lot won't have seen it. Yes, mate, you can, it's live. Feedback of the drivers, they're too busy putting bloody laps in, swines. Hopefully they sort of notice the time and start asking questions, and then they can give me an answer to what they want to do. Let's use this. Okay, right. So I'll jump into race 1 then, 15 minutes. Yeah, we don't want to leave it too late. I know, you know, a lot of people do squeeze these races in between other things they're doing, so, you know, let's not leave people hanging about. We do struggle sometimes with the foreign drivers we have, with the time difference in different countries. Not a problem tonight, it is all English drivers. So, race settings. In fact, let me just let everyone know we're going to start a race. Oh, that's the wrong button. What are you doing? Come out of that. Come out of that. Come on. You lot have not seen any quali. You're not seeing any more now. Okay. Right, so you know as much about qualifying as I do for tonight's race. I tell you what I need to do. I ought to get myself on track so I can actually see what's happening and actually commentate over this damn race. And if I'd have been quick enough, I could have put some settings up as well and seen what the qualifying times were. I was just a bit concerned. So yeah, only 7 guys on track. Moleman's taking pole position. Morgan's in 2nd. Nathaniel's 3rd. TS is in 4th. Toby Goodman 5th. Dan's in 6th. And Blackwell Zach is in 7th. Right, so let me leave that off for a minute. Away. Moleman's had a good start. Not so good for Morgan. Oh, Zach's not had a great start. He's lagging away in the background. So into turn 1. We'll turn some gubbins on for you guys. Right, so Moleman then leads us around down the back straight. We've got Morgan in 2nd, closely followed by NBG, Nathaniel in 3rd. 2 coastal drivers up into 2nd and 3rd. TS in 4th. Toby in 5th, right on Tom's tail at the minute. Closely chased by Dan as well. So Dan and Zach both entered the Chewit Racing Mini race last night. Both in Pro-Am. Coming out on top in that one as well. In race 1 at least. So, through the back end of this track, awkward little section to get around here. Not so difficult in these minis. So they are running 150 brake and 1050 weight. Morgan going for a different line through there, then trying to get the switch back on Moleman, not quite doing it. Put himself under a bit of pressure from Nathaniel there as well at the same time. Tom still holding 4, still being hounded by Toby though, coming around this final corner onto the start-finish straight. I say start-finish straight, it is a big old curve onto it, but I class it as one straight. It is, as soon as you've got the car pointing in the right direction, it's just a case of stamping the throttle all the way up here, regardless of what car you're driving almost. So, Moleman still leading. Nobody too close to him to gain a toe, although it is a close, long start-finish straight. So we see Morgan slowly closing in, 0.3 of a second lead as he comes across the line. Easy to outbrake yourself through there. So Morgan doing just that, and he's ended up punting Moleman off the track. Moleman's back on though after cutting that chicane, back into 1st place. Morgan's pushed himself down into 3rd due to that. Nathaniel's up into 2nd then. But Morgan's coming back at him, he's got the inside line into the next turn. Although Toby's down the inside as well. It's 3 wide into this turn, it's a naughty little corner as well. Toby's just got in front, Nathaniel's dived down right behind him. Morgan's had to tuck himself back in 4th now, but now he's coming under pressure from Tom. So Morgan's been pushed down to 5th. So not had a great start has Morgan. Dan in 6th. He's right in the middle of this fight, and Zach now, he's slowly closed back up on this pack. Trying to keep an eye on things, on times, make sure it's all running correctly. Yeah, just over 12 minutes left. That means we've run 3 minutes correct, so I've set the lobby right. We have got a 15-minute race. So Moleman has got a tiny bit of a lead as he heads around this final turn. So half a second currently, although Nathaniel's got a good run out of that corner. Slowly closing in on Moleman already. Andy Mollinson. Toby up into 3rd then, having a good start to this race. Tom's up into 4th, Morgan's in 5th. Dan's right there with him. Will Dan get a bit of a, he's pretty close, he might get a good toe, might be able to go for a slingshot into turn 1. Morgan's aware of it, chucks his car in the middle of that track. Oh, Dan's just outbraked himself, lost the tail end of that Mini. That's going to put him under intense pressure from Zach Blackwell as they come round through the chicane. Side by side through there, Dan just holds on to that position. Zach having to sit in the slipstream again. Holding on to 7th for Zach. The sheer motorsport Mini. So Moleman then holding on to that P1 position. NBG still in 2nd. Toby Goodman going for a move up the inside. Can Nathaniel stick with him? Looks like Toby might have this position done. No, he's not, so he gives plenty of space there. Nathaniel was side by side with him as he came up the hill. So just backs up, just backs off, lets Nathaniel keep that one. Toby has to slot back into 3rd then. Tom's still in this fight in 4th, but a little bit of a gap back to Morgan now. 0.8 of a second in 5th. So Zach's now past Dan up into 6th, but there's a bit of a gap for these drivers to catch up with those 5 in front. 1.7 seconds currently. Half a second back now for Dan as well. So like I say, it is finals night tonight. We were a little bit late due to me running the lobby, to be honest. So back out front, Moleman is still holding on to that lead, but he is only by 0.1 of a second. NBG's had a great final corner. He's looking to make the move already as they head down the start-finish straight, side by side. Moleman will have the inside line into the turn. Let's see if they both brake at the same time, don't fire themselves off the track. A little bit of contact. Moleman with the advantage currently, but NBG comes back at him. He's got the faster run out of the second turn. So up into first for Nathaniel. Good bit of driving. Moleman coming under pressure then from Toby Goodman for that second. They are still just side by side. Moleman has got the advantage into the next turn. Toby Goodman, unless he runs around the outside of him, Moleman's going to take this position back. So yeah, a little bit of contact, but tiny little love tap. But now Tom's having a good look at both of these drivers. Up the inside then. And now on the outside for next turn. So Moleman and Toby Goodman almost one car just then. Morgan's still bolted onto the back end of this fight. Managed to close that gap back up. Zach Blackwell's pulled a 10th back on them as well. Still been under a bit of pressure from Dan. We saw Dan lose the tail end of that Mini, allowing Zach to come through. So MBG then, after that sneaky little manoeuvre through turn 1 and 2, holds P1. He's almost got a second gap over Tom as well, who has sneaked his way through into second, pushed his way past Moleman then. Yeah, so Moleman and Toby Goodman at it for third. So Nathaniel, yeah, coming onto this start-finish straight, he's already got a second lead, so if he can keep that advantage by the time he gets down to the first turn, he should be able to pull a little bit more of a gap. So halfway through race 1, Tom in second. They have pulled a little bit of time back. We've got Toby and Moleman then side by side into turn 1. Moleman still got the advantage. Toby unable to chuck it down the inside into turn 2 through there. This is just allowing Tom and Nathaniel to slowly disappear. So gaps come down between Nathaniel and Tom, 0.6 of a second. And they've both got us over a second from third place Moleman now, who is just chucking himself over to the left hand side of the track there. Dummy in the defensive move, not that he had to. Toby's wasn't in a position to make a move into that turn then. So MBG then and Tom side by side, just missed Tom sneaking through. So MBG looks like he's been off track, slowed himself down. That's allowed Tom through. He's picked up a penalty for his trouble as well. He's coming under pressure from Moleman. So, a little bit of contact between those two. That's allowed Toby through. So Tom then snuck out front. And now he's got a healthy 3/4 of a second over Nathaniel. Still holding his penalty. Where will he decide to lose that? He needs to lose it as well. Toby Goodman's only 0.3 of a second back. Obviously not holding a penalty, so could possibly, if they cross the line like this, Toby could possibly take that position due to the penalty. So Moleman then pushed down into fourth, was leading this race. Morgan in fifth, Zach in 6th, slowly closing up with Morgan in front, dragging Dan with him. So a big old train of minis coming down this start-finish straight. Tom leading the way then on lap 6. Nathaniel closed that gap on him. Toby Goodman right there with him, losing his penalty into the first turn then for Nathaniel. Almost dropped it. Moleman holding on to that fourth then. Got Morgan now in the slipstream. He'll be closing in down this little straight here. Make sure he doesn't outbrake himself into that turn. Can be a little bit awkward. So Zach and Dan still having a good battle at the back. Dan just picking up a chunk of penalty as well there. So Tom lost all his lead then. He's got Nathaniel and Toby Goodman now pestering him for that first place. A little bit of contact through there. So Nathaniel just kind of gives that place back. He's got to be careful he doesn't lose that to Toby as well. Just blocks it back off, but now putting the pressure back on Tom for that first position. Tom stays ahead, side by side though, as they head down towards this final turn again. Tom's got the advantage. Nathaniel's second. We've got Moleman going for a bit of a defensive move. I thought he was going for a move on Toby Goodman, but he wasn't. He was just blocking off the attack from Morgan for that 4th place. And that's brought Zach into this fight. Again, Dan's still holding that penalty, but he's a second back from Zach now. Sorry, Morgan, as Zach just gets past him. Chucks himself back in the slipstream, does Morgan. See what happens into turn 1 through here. So, again, a little bit of contact. Tom holding on to P1. Nathaniel and Toby fighting out for P2. Not quite able to stay side by side through there between Toby and Nathaniel. Nathaniel now to back out, sticks himself down in 3rd position. So Moleman 4th, now coming under pressure from Zach Blackwell, who's run himself massively wide through there. So Morgan's going to come through. He might even lose this position to... Where's he got? Dan? Yeah, Dan snuck through as well. So Zach picking up a penalty, chucks himself to the back of the pack. Tom still holding out. Toby Goodman going for the run around the outside. Nathaniel coming back at Toby as well, trying to get that 2nd place back. That position is swapping. Toby holding on to it currently. Moleman's closing up on this fight as well. Sorry if I'm not looking at comments. I've accidentally turned my phone off. So Tom holding on to that lead then. Cliche, yes, sorry mate, I've been a little bit distracted. And Sean, evenings, yeah, sorry I've not been chatting to you. I've obviously been a little bit distracted doing other things. So Toby Goodman's managed to sneak past Tom, then take that P1 position. And he holds the inside line. He's got Nathaniel and Tom right behind him now though. So he's going massively defensive. He's got 2 drivers to try and defend from here. Both drivers taking different lines. Tom going for a sweep round the outside, almost getting that done. A little bit of contact. Just pushes Nathaniel wide. He's back on track into 2nd though, but that just allows Moleman to come through and take that position. Pushes TS down into 4th. Morgan's right there. He could get past. Got the inside line into the turn. He's going for the move on Nathaniel now as well. A little bit of contact, pushed him on the grass. So these minis starting to close back up now, turning into a bit of a punch up. Only got 1 minute 20 left on the clock. Toby Goodman currently out front, being harassed by Moleman now for 2nd place. These 2 pulled a 2nd gap over. Look at that. Where's Dan come from? Why won't it show me Dan? NBG coming back though. Dan just snuck himself into 3rd position there for a second. Pushed out a little bit wide there. He's going to might lose a position here. He doesn't. He stays on the coattails of NBG then. So 50 seconds left on the clock. Toby leading the way currently. The Credo livery Mini. Moleman looking for a slightly different line through here to get a different run into the final turn. Seconds remaining. They should get across the line for another lap, all 7 drivers as well. So Toby Goodman leading then. Moleman 2nd, NBG in 3rd, Nathaniel. Got Dan up into 4th. So it was rolling around at the back, but just taking advantage of the little bit of a punch up that's occurred, so he managed to sneak himself into 4th. Tom now pushed down into 5th. Morgan 6th, and Zach now piling the pressure on at the back of the pack, trying to get past, not quite able to do it at the minute. So this will become last lap. We are on to final lap then. Toby is leading the way. Moleman doing anything he can to get past. Toby's going to be hugging that pit exit wall. Does anyone dare take the wide line through here and try and take it full tilt? Morgan's decided to, Toby's decided he is going to throw himself out to the racing line. Toby holding on then. Nathaniel trying to lose his penalty through there, going side by side with Moleman, not winning out that time, losing his penalty in the slipstream now of Moleman. Heavy braking into that turn, trying to lose that penalty again. Coming under pressure from, oh, he's run himself wide though, TS. Tom's piling that pressure on for that third position. Oh, who's that? That's Morgan that's gone massively wide. Why did you do that? Toby then, we will just stick with Toby as he comes around the last few corners. Race leader. So just the final turn to go. Moleman's 0.4 of a second back. So unless he can get a fantastic exit out of here, he doesn't get a bad one actually, Moleman. He could pile the pressure on as he come across the line here. Why won't he let me change camera? So down to 0.2 of a second, just under. Can Toby Goodman fling himself out? He can't, so Toby Goodman holds on to the P1. Moleman takes second, then TS third. Oh, got a sideways Morgan there. Zach in fourth, Morgan fifth, Dan in sixth. Where they gone? I forgot to look at that last one. It was MBG that came home seventh. Ah, just picking up that massive great penalty. Not able to lose it by the end of the lap there. He had 1.4 seconds the last time we checked in on him. And if he picked up any more or got the final turns wrong, yeah, that just puts him down into last place. So Toby taking the win then in race one. Moleman second, TS third, Zach in fourth. I keep saying TS, it's Tom. Morgan in fifth, Dan in sixth, and Nathaniel seventh. Right, so we'll have a few minutes break. We'll crack on with race 2 at about 10 past. We'll just give them a 5-minute warning. Let's not put a space there. That's not the thing to do. Reverse grid based on previous race results. And what was the time? I've got to change this to... Where's he gone? Come here, Chris Cutler. Yeah, got that, got that. That one. Okay. So that's what you lot get. So just a slightly different time of day. Does make the track feel slightly different to these cars. Track temperature playing a very small part in the physics of this game. I want to try and find the scores as well. Yeah, if I was running through the PlayStation, if I was running through the PC, people, you'd have all this stuff on screen right about now. All looking pretty and everything else, but unfortunately PC's been saying no to me an awful lot recently. Okay, I don't want that. Where's the scores, Mr. Cutler? Not on that page. Let's have a look. Where are we? That's round 5. I don't want that. That's round 4. I don't want that. Don't tell me we haven't got updated points. kind of need to know who's winning, really. Oh, okay, there we go. So, winning that, finishing in that position for Andy Mollinson. I'm being told by the man himself, Alex Neville, that should put Andy Mollinson as the champ. But we'll wait for confirmation of that, because I haven't got points in front of me, and I haven't got the old adding up machine either. I couldn't tell you what points he's on. Without a pretty picture in front of me, I'm a little bit lost with that one. So we have, by the sounds of it, got someone running down the back straight, trying to do a bit of sideways action. There we go. Got some of the drivers practicing their J turns. I don't know how that's going to benefit you on track, gentlemen, unless it suddenly becomes James Bond. Unless you're going to race final race in reverse, Andy Mollinson. Which, you know, if that is right and you are champ, then you go for your life, my friend. But yeah, if that is right, like I say, I'll give a little congratulations, only a little one, until it's confirmed. Anything in the chat about it? No. Right, let's crack on with race 2 then. Is there a race starting soon button? I'm sure there is. There it is. Blammo. Okay. Let's crack on with race 2 then. Let me get myself back to track. I hope I've got this right with the reverse grid. I don't set lobbies up that often, so it's all a bit chaos and mayhem at the start of this one. Yes, got it right. So MBG is going to lead the way. Nathaniel after his last place in race 1. Dan's going to take 2nd place off the grid. Morgan 3rd, Zach in 4th, Tom in 5th, Andy in 6th, and Toby in 7th. Not a great start from Dan. MBG's tripped himself right over to the defensive line already. Zach's coming under pressure from who's he coming under pressure from? Moleman. So yeah, getting down the inside there already. MBG then sneaking through. Holds onto that P1 off the line then. Morgan up into 2nd. Dan coming under pressure from Tom already. Awkward little first couple of turns there. 2 coastal minis, bumper to bumper as they head down this back straight. A little bit of a penalty for Nathaniel already. Trying to lose it through there. He's kept it clean, all drivers keeping it on track through there. It's an awkward little turn. So Zach being pushed down to the back of the pack. Oh, a couple of drivers have picked up penalties. Maybe a little bit of corner cutting then on the way into that turn. So Nathaniel's still leading then. Only just, oh, Shane's, sorry, Morgan's gone for a move down the inside. Good move by Morgan. Taking that position off of Nathaniel. Losing that penalty, just compromised him a little bit. He's put him under pressure from Tom and Dan as well behind. Andy Mollinson is just in the background as well. Don't count Toby Goodman or Zach out either. They're still within punching distance. So Morgan leading the way then, coming up to this final turn. Pull that Gubbins back on for you lot, a little bit wide through there. That's allowed MBG to come back at him. He's got the tighter line through the first section of this straight. Yeah, a slightly tighter line through that next little turn. And the inside line into the turn one, but he's already in front, is Nathaniel. So Morgan has to slot back into second. Does Tom get a good enough toe to make a move? No, not quite close enough, I don't think, Tom. He's going for a brave move down the inside, just to fend that position from the drivers behind. So Morgan and Nathaniel side by side round turn 3. Tom's then looking down the inside of Morgan as well. Let's see who wins out here, could be awkward. There's no contact, no, keeping it clean through there. Nicely done, boys. A little bit of contact, oh, just on the exit, but no harm done. So he's got a nice half a second lead currently, has Nathaniel, just losing a little bit there. Tom putting him under a bit more pressure. Morgan holding on to that third position. Dan in 4th, Moleman in 5th, Toby in 6th, and Zach in 7th. Right, let me just pull this out. That came out wrong. That's not what I meant to say. Here we go, on board at last. So let's go on board with Zach. So just down the inside of Toby as he loses that penalty then. He was lucky he didn't get caught up as he got ghosted. So we get a good view of the drivers in front. Alex Neville's already disappeared. So Moleman then 5th in front, Dan in 4th, Morgan 3rd, Tom in 2nd, Nathaniel still leading this race at the minute. So Zach not getting a bad run out of that final turn, slowly closing in on Moleman in front. Alex Neville coming back into the room then. But Andy Molliton's going to be getting a bit of tow from those drivers in front as well. Yeah, slowly closing in right at the end of that straight then for Zach. So let's flick ourselves up to race leader. Nathaniel, this is what he's looking at. He's got a train of minis behind him. He's got Tom and Morgan pretty close. Dan not that far in the background either. A little bit of a gap. 3/4 of a second back to Dan in 4th place. This is now awkward. Turn 4. You can see Andy Molliton running himself a bit wide there. He's going to pick up a penalty for that, no doubt. There we go. Half a second for your trouble. Double apex. See the minis have got a bit of a lean on as they go through there. Let's change up that camera angle. Let's go and see what's happening with Nathaniel on the front. So he's still holding on to that 0.4 of a second lead. Oh, he's run himself massively wide through there. He's off track. He's back on track, but massively compromised. He has held on to that lead just about. He's coming under pressure from Tom and Morgan though. Very lucky to hold on to that lead. Cut a lot of that track as well. I thought that was him going to be spinning round, but he held on to it. Oh, he's done it again though. He just kept it on track. So Tom then took himself into the slipstream, although he's already looking to make a move down the inside through the first section of this start-finish straight. So side by side as they head up here. He's got the inside line into turn 1 as well. Dan following Nathaniel through. Tom just running himself deep into the second part of that chicane. It's compromised. Nathaniel's carrying a bit more speed than him. I think he'll get in front, he'll take the lead back. So Tom's now got to defend from Morgan and Dan. Morgan's managed to just about get past. No, Tom's managed to keep the inside line. Both drivers trying to lose their penalty through there. So top 3 holding penalties. That's just allowed Dan to close up, so they've got to be careful they don't get attacked by Dan. He isn't actually holding a penalty. What he would have to do is stick with these drivers, and he'd probably win this race currently if they cross the line like this. Morgan just just dropped his penalty now, so he's back in. Toby going for a wicked move around there then. Cut across that corner, chucked himself down the inside of Dan and Morgan, threw himself straight up into third. It was a great move by Toby. And everybody's still pointing in the right direction as well. And now piling the pressure on Tom in front. So nothing in it between these drivers still. All seven still tightly packed together. Zach's managed to make his way past Moleman up into 6th. Unfortunately, Dan's been pushed down another spot. Morgan's managed to get past him. I've turned my stream off again. Sorry, people, if you are chatting. Yeah, just a bit chaotic tonight. James Hillary, oi oi, how you doing, mate? Yeah, left it. Why aren't you racing? Where are you tonight? Huh? And your cousin mechanic, brother, dad, whatever he is. Toby then, while I've been turning my stream back on, has pulled a blinder and got up front as old Toby. Not been paying attention to that. MBG then coming under pressure from Morgan now. Top three have pulled almost a second from 4th Zach, so Zach having a good run down the start finish straight then. And down the back straight, getting himself up into 4th place. Moleman and Wallington in 5th. Dan 6th and Tom now 7th. So still got to drop those penalties, these boys. Toby still leading. NBG then finally losing that penalty. Just over halfway through this race. Oh, we've got Toby Goodman running himself wide. Does that allow? No, it doesn't. Oh, it does. Goes down the inside. Sneaks through then. Toby Goodman picking up a penalty for that bit of off-track action as well. That just allows Nathaniel back through to take P1. Toby Goodman in P2 then. Morgan P3. Zach in P4. Putting the pressure on Morgan as well, actually, coming up this start-finish straight. Just got a nose up the inside there as well. Could get promoted to 3rd place here, Zach. Inside line into T1. Let's hope he keeps it clean and doesn't outbreak himself. So there is Morgan trying to run around the outside. He's not able to do it. He's had to tuck himself in behind Zach. So good driving by Zach up into 3rd. Can he hold on to that position for the rest of the race? It's yet to see. So Toby Goodman then almost dropped his penalty. Still pretty close to Nathaniel as well. Zach Black only Zach Blackwell, sorry, only half a second back. It just rolls off the tongue. It just rolls off the tongue. Morgan then in 4th. A little bit of a gap back to Moleman. 6 in a second, and there's a big 3-second gap back to Dan. So these boys look like they seem to be dropping penalties and then picking them straight back up. So Tom down in 7th then, also just trying to lose his penalty through there. Long way back at the minute. A lot of work to do if they're hoping to get back into this race. Nathaniel then pulled a 0.7 second lead over Toby Goodman currently. Zach just about half a second back, 0.6 almost. Still got to worry about Morgan behind as well. Moleman in that fight as well. He's got on board with a bit of Moleman. Let's change it up to roof cam, shall we? Let's see what's going on from chase cam. So a big stream of minis. You can see the gap back to Tom and Dan back there. Tom actually managing to get his way past Dan in the end, so Dan down in 7th now. So 5 minis in front. Nathaniel still leading, Toby 2nd, Zach in 3rd and Morgan 4th. Just piling the pressure on Zach in front as well is Morgan. On board with Moleman. I think he's won won the championship if all the chat's correct. So 3 minutes left of this race. Can Nathaniel hold on to it? Toby Goodman had a good first race. So can he close that gap back up? Zach Blackwell in third. Can he fend off Morgan for the next couple of laps or so? Morgan looking pretty dangerous right now. Man's just run himself a little bit wide through there. Whether he picks up another penalty or not. Yes, he does. 1.5 seconds. That's brutal. Come on, PlayStation. That's not fair. Let's change that camera back up. Let's get back out. Oi, what are you doing? Get out. There we go. So Nathaniel then holding that 0.7 of a second lead over Toby still. Was the second over Zach in third. He's being almost pushed around the track by Morgan at the minute as they come onto the start-finish straight. He's going to have to tuck himself over to the tightest line you've ever seen if he's going to defend this position, Zach. So he's not right over to the pit wall yet. Onto that third position then, so just under 2 minutes left. Wow, a little bit of contact between Morgan and Zach, but I think positions have been kept, although Morgan's got a bit of a faster run. So Zach just losing out there, pushed down into fourth position. Nathaniel holding on to P1, just putting in purple sector in the end of the race as well. What are you playing at? Toby Goodman's second then. Oh, Nathaniel's run himself deep. Does he get a penalty? He does. That could hand the race to Toby Goodman if they cross the line here. He needs to lose that penalty and defend the position at the same time. He's got a few corners to do it. 0.4 of a second currently as the penalty. 0.3 of a gap between himself and Toby, 0.2 of a gap now. There's a couple of corners left to try and lose his penalty, down to 0.3 of a second. It's now or never. 2 more corners to go. 38 seconds left on the clock. Don't think they're going to get round for another lap. I could be wrong. Top 2 could. Still holding on to that penalty then Nathaniel. Oh no, they are going to get across the line. So Toby then. He's going to get, or is he? Is he going to cross the, yes, I think top 2 are just going to get across the line. There we go. And third, fourth and fifth as well. Unfortunately Tom and Dan aren't going to make it. So they finish 6th and 7th. So back up to the front then. Toby Goodman piling all the pressure on Nathaniel now for that P1 position. He's got the inside line into the next turn as well. Nathaniel, his car looking a bit quicker though. He's going to be able to take that spot back. I didn't think Toby would have had him down the inside there, but both drivers picking up penalty there. Toby doing as much as he can to lose that penalty as quickly as possible. Nathaniel's now thinking this could be mine. It's back in the bag. He's only got 0.1 of a second penalty to lose. Toby on the other hand 0.6. He's got enough of a gap behind to not lose a position to Morgan or Zach. Oldman's still bolted onto the back of those two as well, holding a bit of a penalty, but he might lose that. Nathaniel then, he's pulled a second gap. Toby's dropped his penalty. It's brought him right into the clutches of Morgan. So 2 more turns to go. Nathaniel looking comfortable, 1.1 seconds lead at the minute. Can Morgan make a last minute dash down this start-finish straight? He's got to get an amazing exit out of here if he wants to. We'll just stick with Nathaniel as they come down the start-finish straight. Watch him finish this race. So it does click over to final lap then. So Daniel's going to come home and take the win comfortably. It's going to be interesting to see who wins behind him. It looks like Toby Goodman's going to take it. He does. Toby takes second. Shane Morgan takes third. Zach takes fourth. Moleman fifth. Tom in sixth, and Dan in seventh. So that was the finals of the Mini Challenge UK series. From all accounts, I believe that Andy Mollinson has won it. Let me just double check that. I don't want to make myself look like a donut. Yeah, I believe that should make Andy Mollinson the champ, apparently. So I'm not sure if there's going to be a second season of this. I think all the lads have enjoyed it, so it is quite possible. I'll leave that up to Chris Cutler and his team to decide on that one. But yeah, no points. I can't update points for you guys. So we know that Andy Mollinson, or Moleman, has won that one, taking the championship at the end of that race one there. Not having a great race two, coming home near the back of the pack. But some good driving tonight, some close racing, very enjoyable. So I'm pretty much going to one more race. What are you talking about? Nordschleife, you lot are nutters. I'm not streaming that. I'm not streaming that. Toby Goodman's gone. That's it. That's it. They're not racing Nordschleife. I'm not streaming that. That's insane. Minis and Nordschleife. You'll be here for like 12 minutes, one lap. So we're not doing that one. So yes, I am not far off finishing this stream. I'm back tomorrow night, 8:30, for the Team versus Team GR3 event. Yes, I know. I've still got to catch up with last week's. Yes, I know. It will be done, but other things have taken priority, unfortunately. So yes, that's tomorrow at 8:30, and then at 9 o'clock Thursday we're back with a brand new series with the P1 boys. They've got their GR2s rolling on Thursday, 9 o'clock, so come and check that out. Not quite sure of the format on that one. You'll find out. I'm racing Friday for the finals of the GTTCC. I don't stream that, but I will be racing in it. And then back Sunday for... Am I back Sunday? No, I'm not. I've got Sunday off. Whoop-de-doo. Sunday off. So back next week for the Mondays, the Chewit Racing Mini Cooper Cup on Monday at 8:30 as well. So come and check that out. But for the time being, that's going to be the end of that one. I hope you've all liked what you've watched. Unfortunately, like I say, I'm still battling hard with PCs and software and stuff. That's about all I'm going to say with that. So yeah, come and check out everything else that's happening on the stream and on the channel in the next couple of days. And that's about it. You know what's coming next. Tell your mates, tell your mum. My name's Darksmoka. I'm out of here.